Silicon Valley Club, and our silver sponsor, Startup Inc. Our event held on the three stages. Today, we are gathered here on the first local startup pitch event is Unicorn Pitches. The winner of today's event will be promoted to the Unicorn Battle, is the international startup pitch event, and the winner of all the Unicorn Battles will be promoted to the global finals already this autumn. So who we are? We are a smart ecosystem that consists of various software solutions and internet platforms that unite startups, investors, business angels, experts, professional scouts, and high-level manager in a single business place. The heart of our ecosystem is Network VC Fund, syndicate fund and venture capital platform for the decentralized VC community. Startup Network is a marketplace for startups, businesses, investors, and services providers. Startup Inc. is a part of the Network VC ecosystem for venture market participants that make it possible to seek extraordinary startups. Unicorn.Events, the world's largest online startup pitch contest. VC House, a closed online community and network created exclusively for the VCs. And Silicon Valley Club is a special structure that allows business angels to invest into the best startups with small checks through syndicate deals. And today's event is held thanks for our incredible partner, GSD Venture Studios, and especially Gary Fowler, who is the president and founder of GSD Venture Studios. And I'm very happy to meet you today. And now I'm excited to pass the floor to you, dear Gary. Please, the stage is yours.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. And I thank each and every one of you for joining. I feel like it's family hour here. I see friends, Irina, Jason, AJ, all around, Doug from My2Pure, Sanjay. I can't say all your names. I'm going to give the judges a chance to introduce themselves. But really, this is a culmination of a lot of work that the companies have coming in. We have companies today that will not talk about the amounts they're raising, but I'll tell you right now, from $600,000 to $100 million. So one of our companies coming in is raising 100 million. Their last round was 20, and I'm sure you'll be able to pick it out as they're doing their presentation. We can't talk about amounts because we're broadcast all over the world, and there's some restrictions worldwide. They'll show you on the screen, but they won't be able to talk about it. Anyhow, I look forward to having you here today. I'd like to first start out and do some introductions of the judges. So if you could just introduce yourself and your company and what kind of check size, that would be great. So I'm going to let you introduce yourself. So who would like to go first?
I'm happy to go first. So Maria Pinar, I'm with Unicorn Growth Capital. We are early growth stage investments in fintech in Africa, specifically focusing on companies that build the rails to enable embedded finance. So our check sizes vary all the way. As I say, we pre-seed through Series A, so it could be anywhere from $50,000 upwards to about $1.5 million.
Sounds great. Hey, Stanley, well, I'd like you to say some words because you got another friend from Africa here. If you could just say words based on your focus.
Yeah, again, thank you very, very much for the invitation. It's always quite exciting to be on these panels because I get to actually identify some of these new innovations that are focused in sustainability. I think I work for an investment bank and a few investment institutions in the Netherlands, and what we look at is that we look at sustainable innovation that are coming through fintech, that are coming through traditional tech, and we look at Latin America and across the African continent. Of course, my main focus is in Africa. I'm African, so that's where I'm looking for new innovations. But yeah, very, very happy to be here, and I look forward to actually seeing some deal flow.
Yeah, I mean, Stanley's very modest. He's on the board of Philips, right, in the Netherlands, and also at Triodos Investments. So he's very modest. He's one of the top folks that I know dealing with the continent. So really appreciate it. Okay, Rena Litchfield, you're here today.
Yes, it's so great to be back, and so good to see many of you guys and new and old faces. All of you, great to see. My name is Irina Litchfield. I'm a principal of Lumeria. It's my family holding company. My family invests for my family. We invest in innovations. Right now, we mainly focused on space, but financial technology obviously is something that is rooted in our DNA. So, and I also advise and sit on boards for different funds for space and for financial technology.
That's great. Thanks. Okay, who wants to go next?
I can go. Well, thank you all for having me here. My name is Jason Jacobson. I run Propellant Ventures, which is a seed stage venture capital fund. Our sweet spot is early seed and pre-seed B2B tech-enabled businesses based in the Midwest region of the US. So we come earlier than traditional institutional capital. So we come in usually after the angel round, but before the larger institutional round. And we invest anywhere from 25,000 to $500,000. So we have micro investments and a little bit larger investments, but we've invested across industries based on B2B, whether it's health tech, fintech, ed tech, supply chain, et cetera. So glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks. Who wants to go next?
I can go next. Hey guys, I'm Ronnie Lavi. I'm the opening partner at 97212 Ventures. We are a New York-based pre-seed and seed stage fund. We write checks up to 500K, and our focus areas are B2B SaaS and digital health. Happy to be here. Thank you.
Sounds great. Thanks. Chet Kumar.
Hey guys, hey all. Good to be here. My name is Chet Kumar. I'm an investor at Argonautic Ventures based in Seattle. We invest globally, and our focus areas are AI/ML data infrastructure has been the core since the beginning for us, but we also do some sector-specific work in fintech, ag tech, and biotech. Our check size is typically 250K to $1 million. That can be stretched towards the high end typically. Good to be here.
Great. Thank you. Peter Aaron.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me. My name is Peter Aaron. I'm with Innovation Works. We're Pittsburgh's leading early stage investor. We run accelerators and have a venture fund as well. We write checks from 100K to 500K.
Great. Thank you. Paul Russo.
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, so we're sort of very different from anything else. We've created a new vehicle that's creating a statistical model to invest globally in early stage companies. Everything is double vetted. We don't lead deals. We syndicate with many of the top angel groups or VCs. We're agnostic as to market and geography. We have a double vetting process. We have over 100 advisors, all of whom are actually investors. And our investors are shareholders, not LPs. And the plan is to go public and create, in fact, the ETF of startups. We have over 90 portfolio companies, invest in US, Canada, Israel, India, in any field at all, as long as you're in the top 3-4% of startups in that asset class. And it's a statistical model, lots of investments. So we typically invest 100K a pop, but we will do follow-ons. We have as much as 600K in some companies over time.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate that. Say, Jordan, are you here, my friend? Jordan? I don't see Jordan now. Okay. Suhail.
Yes, hello, good morning. So I'm with the Financial Network. So we focus on fintech, and we're looking at primarily early stage. So we get involved in pre-seed to Series A. Check sizes are usually 50,000 pounds to 100,000 to 150,000, and depending on the deal. And so I'm actually in Dubai right now. So we're setting up a presence in Dubai as well. So we're trying to build a bridge to bring investors into North America. I'm originally from Canada, so that's why I don't sound so British. And so happy to be here and looking forward to these startups.
Great. Thank you. Michael Flight.
I'm Michael Flight, and we are not a venture capital company, but we are investors, and we also have a crowdfunding platform called Invest on Main. We run across a lot of blockchain startups, recently some AI startups, and we've got deal flow with a lot of prop tech startups. So we kind of, we will write check sizes depending on what the deal is, between 50,000 and we've got funds up to 20 million.
All right, great. Thank you. Nina Essendel. Hi, Nina.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nina Sando. I'm an investor with Corazon Capital based in Chicago. We are a $134 million early stage fund. You can think about the fund being $100 million invested in pre-seed, seed, and Series A. And then there's the incremental $34 million that's really used for later stage businesses. Think of anything that we invested in early on. We want to be able to participate in the pro rata at the Series C or Series D level. We're pretty generalist. We say that we're consumer tech, but I've done everything from industrial technology, travel tech, pretty much runs the gamut. We are a fund who is the three partners of the fund are very much operationally focused, but we give our founders as much or as little involvement as they need. In terms of our first check size, it's typically ranges from, we can go as low as 250,000, and we pretty much top out at maybe 3 million outside of the matchbox, in which case we can participate more meaningfully. Very excited to make everyone's acquaintance and meet some really interesting companies.
Sounds great. Thank you. Darius.
Hi, everybody. I'm Darius. I have started Aria Fund. We are a VC fund working from Poland. We are investing in early growth stage, Series A typically, from 1 million to 5 million. We are investing in European Union with investments already in France, Germany, Hungary, and Poland.
Great, thank you. Jordan, are you here?
I am, sir. Thank you for remembering me. Thank you all for being here. I see my good friend and nemesis, Paul. Paul wants to shake the VC business, so let's just gang up on him today and let him get no deals today, yeah? If you want to get Gary in trouble, talk about your investment, get him in trouble with the SEC. So I invite you to get Gary in trouble.
Great, thanks.
I'm Jordan Wabe, managing partner with Silicon Valley Venture Group. We invest in all things improve human condition, B2B, B2B2C, 30,000 to 300K check sizes, pre-A and A. Also partner with Network VC. Network VC is a deep tech, a Series A company. Makes 3 to 4 investments on a monthly basis through a syndication process with different groups in 20 different countries with 280 investors. All the best to the companies that are pitching. Special call out to Cerebrum, Universe, Caroline, and the glasses guy. Where's Jay? Is Jay in there? I hope he is.
Yeah, I saw him.
Hey, Jordan. How you doing?
Yeah, go kick some ass and take some names and leave them in the dust, Jay.
Thank you, Jordan.
All right, Jose. Graca.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
We basically are in several areas right now. We have our own syndicate, all private people. They are not LPs, they are just private people. Our tickets range typically from 25K up to 150, so we are more at the low bottom end. We pick them up typically in pre-seed, drive them to a seed stage, and then we try to basically exit. We do this through a program. We have several programs in place, and we also have a reality show that we use to attract these leads.
Great, thanks. Appreciate it. Now, who did I miss? Did I miss anybody? Gina, did I? I'm sorry. Sorry, Gina.
No, no worries. Hello, everyone. My name is Gina Echeuna. I'm an IP lawyer, international arbitrator and mediator in everything that has to do with patents, trademarks, trade secrets, etc. So I have a company that's called Emprende Conmigo. We have operation in different parts of the world, based in Spain. but we offer services worldwide related to due diligence, equity storytelling, and of course, doing an M&As and everything that has to do with operations.
All right, super. Did I miss anybody?
Yeah, I can go as well. How's it going, everyone? Zach Brodsky here. I'm on the deal team at Florida Funders. We're a venture capital firm in Tampa, Florida, and I also manage our state fund. We invest in C to Series A B2B software companies. Check sizes range anywhere from 1 to 2 million from our third fund. We're planning on raising $100 million fund there. And yeah, happy to be here.
Great to have you here. Thanks, Zach. And so the other thing I want to say
Gary.
is, yeah,
I could go ahead. So this is Ajay Jain. This is from India.
Okay, go
Glad
ahead.
to be here. I'm the managing partner at Silver Needle Ventures. We typically do a 250K check size, but can go up to $1 million. We focus on India, but we also have some investments that we are planning in North America. Tech focus, that's the horizontal we look at, but we also are looking at space tech, Gen AI, etc.
Great, thank you.
Glad to be here.
Anybody else? Did I miss anybody? No? Okay, great. So I would just do want to say for all the startups and all the investors here, there's also another group. These are the judges that are judging, but we also have other groups of investors that are actually watching the competition today. So right now I see we have 76 on board. So just FYI. So there are people watching. And I appreciate you joining today. I look forward to this competition. Let's go, as we say at GSD, let's go get shit done. And good luck to everybody. Lydia?
Yeah, thank you so much, dear judges, for your introduction. And we go ahead. And now let me explain about our voting system today. So how does it work? To start voting, please find your personal voting link by your email and make sure that you are logged in under your profile and see the numbers below the logo startups. Numbers from 1 till 10, please, you see now the scroll. Please scroll the bar to put marks to our startups. And please vote and evaluate each startup and remind that not confirmation button is needed. And finally, we are moving to our most exciting part of our event today. And we have 9 amazing startups from the USA. So each founder will have 3 minutes for pitch and 3 minutes for Q&A session from our judges. Dear startup, we recommend not to mention any fundraising out loud. So please use our Zoom chat or other channels of communication in this regard. Thank you so much. And let's welcome the most inspiring startups today. And the first startup that opens our pitch competition is Runday AI by Sanjay.
Happy Thursday, everyone. Thanks for having me. How many
Sanjay?
times last year have you...
I'm sorry. If you're ready, you can start.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. How many times in the last year have you experienced a business that responded way too late or never at all? I'm Sanjay, founder of Runday, an always available AI for answers and appointments that solves this problem overnight. The Great Resignation and recent demographic trends have created a massive problem. Millions of unfilled jobs are resulting in a customer service nightmare that's only getting worse. A few months ago, our CFO needed his phone battery replaced and messaged Best Buy at 10 a.m. 45 minutes later, there was no response whatsoever, so we went to a competitor that cared enough to respond. In fact, nearly half of prospects end up choosing the vendor that responds first. Meet Jackie, a top executive and celebrity matchmaker. She needed to scale her business quickly after being featured in Forbes magazine. Runday's no-code platform rapidly created a digital worker that connects to marketing channels and converts leads into clients over WhatsApp messages. The generative AI does this by answering questions while conducting interviews. It enters the data into the CRM system while booking appointments with qualified candidates with her team. Runday creates these conversational experiences by ingesting a spreadsheet containing a rough script. It also indexes a company's website, internal documentation, and promotional materials in order to answer questions while booking appointments and even collecting payments. In under a day, we were able to connect the AI to a phone number that started texting with clients. Where are we today? After launching the beta earlier this year, we got 30,000 signups, which resulted in dozens of pirates. Within weeks of launching the enterprise version, we signed multiple paying customers. The generative AI market will grow rapidly to over $100 billion within the next 7 years. And after reviewing over 117 existing products, we see ourselves in a unique leadership position to deliver high intelligence very rapidly. Runday provides multiple patented levels of capability on top of GPT-4 to support personalized, dynamic, and human-like conversations with businesses. The core team has worked together in the past to build successful companies. We've had multiple exits and are ready to create something really big. We currently have dozens of integrations with messaging channels, calendars, and CRM system, but need hundreds more, which is why we are raising money to expand these integrations and accelerate customer acquisition now that the tech is finally ready. Let's connect and create an AI renaissance in customer experience for millions of businesses and billions of consumers.
Great. Thank you, Sanjay.
Thank you so much. And please, dear judges, if you want to ask something, please raise your hands in Zoom and I will see you. Yes, please, Paul.
Yeah, can you comment on your IP and your patent position? Because ultimately, if your idea is wonderful, how do you keep others from just reproducing it?
Yeah, we have a series of patents. So the first patent was something that took a single message and rescheduled a complex event like a surgery. So imagine a surgery where you have doctors, you have nurses, you have rooms, you have inventory, and somebody sends a message like, I missed my flight, I need to reschedule my surgery. Our AI can do a very complex multi-dimensional analysis of all the data of availability, things like that, in order to figure out a time when that surgery might be rescheduled. So we have a patent on those and proprietary models on the idea of time and scheduling, especially as it gets more and more complex.
All right, thanks.
Our second patent is really there's a lot of like sort of decision tree systems out there we use as drag and drop interface to create bots and things like that, and they don't really work very well. And so we decided that spreadsheets is something most business people understand. So our technology takes the spreadsheet as the input. There's no coding involved. There's no drag and drop. There's no configuration. You create a spreadsheet of your script, maybe provide some information like which icons to use, but it really takes that in addition to your content. So it's a very content-driven generator, if that makes sense. So it creates this experience from a content perspective. It can answer questions like who is the CEO, what are the benefits of Botox, and really where we're focused is really around this intersection of answers and appointments, where say I want to schedule a Botox and a facial at the same time next week. It can understand a single text message, do all that complicated calendar calculus, and give the customer a choice of when they want to come in to do that and make a payment.
Okay, thank you so much, Sanjay, and please, Stanley.
Thanks for that. It looks very, very interesting. One question for you: where do you see yourself in 5 years? So where do you see the business in 5 years? I mean, one of the things that was alluded to earlier on was competition and stuff like that. And for me, I'm starting to get worried about this monolithic kind of products that are coming out, because if you look at what you are offering, this can be part of a suite rather than go on its own. So do you foresee you being acquired, or how do you foresee yourself in 10 years?
Yeah, the team has done a number of small and medium things already. We've done well. We want to go big with this. So this is something there. I mean, it's almost every day I run into a situation, whether I want to get my dog groomed, or I need to schedule a couples massage, or I need to get my car repaired, where all I want to know is when are you available? And we see an endless set of opportunities with millions of businesses to be the provider. And we see the world moving away from websites and away from mobile apps into conversational experiences where every business has a phone number. You just message that phone number when you want something. And so this is, this is a very big opportunity to really transform the world.
Okay, thank you so much, Sanjay. Maria, Jordan, please use our Zoom chat for your questions, or use a Q&A session in our Zoom, because we need to go to our second participants, startup number 2, Fifth Universe by Caroline. Caroline, we're ready to see and hear you and your startup.
Caroline, you need to take off mute. Carolyn?
You are muted.
Okay, can you?
You are, can you please you unmute yourself? You just did it, but perfect. Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, perfect.
Can you see my screen?
No, please share.
I have my screen. I did click on share screen. It gave me this. Sorry about that. Look, I did try to.
And something happening. Yes, please do a full screen and go ahead.
You can see it now, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
go, Carolyn.
No, just click on the slideshow.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I am Caroline Zen, founder and CEO of Fifth Universe Incorporated. While I was doing research on autoimmunity at Stanford University, I went through a transcendental transformation that took me to the Fifth Universe and beyond. That initiated my lifetime passion of helping others transcend and achieve higher dimensional transformation. Here we go. FifthUniverse.com, a generative AI-driven platform for personal exponential quantum level transformation. In the past few years, our world has experienced quite a few extraordinary crises that contributed to the mental health pandemic, on top of the infobesity from the zettabyte era. I believe humanity needs immediate solutions to evolve to the next level in order to cope effectively, with these inevitable adversities in life every day. Fifth Universe is here to help. We are going to offer fee-based patented virtual modules and fee-based subscription packages for personal growth. And on top of creating a shared economy with tokenization to incentivize our content contributors, on top of the digital space for personalized market activities. Here is our offer today, and please join us for a transforming experience for yourself and for all the citizens on Earth. Thank you all for being here. You are welcome to connect me in LinkedIn or email me directly to universe@fifthuniverse.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Caroline, for your presentation. And dear judges, it's time to your questions. Please just raise your hand and I will see you. Maria, please. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to remind everyone to please not show
your deal because this is public. I'm actually not very clear on what your company does.
Thank you, Maria. We are creating, patenting virtual modules to facilitate the journey for our users to achieve personal development and also to achieve the higher dimensional transformation.
Okay, thank you so much, Maria, for your questions. And Jerry, it's time to you. Jerry, I guess you're muted.
To you, I would like to, if you could send me the link, and to Caroline Zhang. I'm also sorry, I didn't quite understand what is it that you're doing, your company is doing. Even on the second explanation, how do your customers get in touch with you? Where do they find you? How does it work?
We are creating iOS app and also websites from the beginning to allow our users to sign in. And also we are providing as many as virtual modules so can personalize everyone's journey. Like every users can hop into individual user virtual modules to develop their journey. And also we provide fee-based subscription packages. And for people who want to achieve it, you know, at a faster pace, like you can do a 3-month package for a certain program or 6-month program. And so it's all about personalizing everyone's journey. In the meantime, we provide a shared economy is tokenized for everybody to participate in the community or groups. They can invite peers to join them or can do it privately by themselves. And so it will be a shared community. In the meantime, we'll provide the digital space for personalized commercial market, you know, in activities.
So is it like more like for psychological support, mental support, or what is it exactly that people are subscribing to?
So it's a combination of a guided system that, you know, will provide a whole proprietary framework with our proprietary virtual modules as a guided portal. Meantime, and we do provide that social media framework. So most importantly, we encourage our users to develop their own portal, to develop their own virtual modules, to participate, and they can sell their modules in our platform. They can share their modules. They can develop into their own enterprise in our platform. That would be our main focus. Our own proprietary product is just like a guidance, but it's for users to develop their own enterprise.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. And please, quick question by Irina.
I'm assuming that what you're talking about is self-development, personalized self-development tool, correct?
Yes, we provide personal development
and then,
tools.
There are several times. One time you said we are providing, and then several times you said we will. When I look at your website, I see a landing page, but I don't see any links that take me to anywhere. So you are still prototyping at the point you do not have the service.
Yeah, we are in stealth mode. We haven't launched our beta yet.
Okay, yeah, I wanted to clarify because I was personally confused in whether there's something that one can already try as a basic, or is it still under development? So I hear that it's still under development.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Caroline. Perfect speech. And I guess we can welcome here our startup number 3, Cerebrum Sensor Technologies by Kate.
Hello, everyone. You can see my screen and hear me?
Yeah, perfectly.
Great. All right. Thanks for joining, everyone. My name is Keith Ferry. I'm founder of Cerebrum, which provides intelligent tire insights. Over the past decade or two, there's been significant technological improvements in the automotive industry, but arguably one of the most important parts of the vehicle has been left behind. That is the tires. Tires are the leading influencer of safety. When it comes to vehicle-related accidents, over 40% are attributed to tires. When it comes to sustainability, one of the largest contributors of emissions and particulates is from the tires, especially on electric vehicles. And then also one of the largest cost contributors to vehicles like fleets is the tires. Over 53% are tied back to the tires. The bottom line is that there are no solutions in the market for providing improvements to the areas, as well as for tracking insights in real time. This leaves behind a $30 billion market opportunity. That's why we've created Cerebrum Intelligent Tire Solutions. It starts with a quarter-sized, reusable sensor that can be mounted to any tire on any vehicle. It's an IoT device and transmits data over Bluetooth to any receiver, including smartphones, telematics devices, which are commonly found on fleets, as well as to the vehicles themselves. And the real value of our company is through the insights, where we provide patented algorithms to provide additional insights beyond traditional TPMS, which only provides pressure. We can provide things like tread depth, accurate to 1 millimeter in real time, tire load, which is particularly of interest for fleets, and additional insights like alignment and more. We have 3 business models. Our first is around the sale of the hardware and the software as a solution which ties to each piece of hardware sold. We are vehicle agnostic and can apply to any tire. We also license and sell the data tied to our patented algorithms. Not only can we sell our own sensors, but we can integrate our algorithms like tread depth into third-party sensors, generating sales from competitors and turning them into customers. The third piece is our engineering services, where we do custom developments and ultimately tie back to the first 2 business models. We launched our product in 2019, which was our MVP, but began commercializing lightly over the past few years, in particularly in the fleet, heavy duty, lightweight, and agricultural sectors. We see that as the growing revenue opportunity over the next few years, followed by OEMs, which take a longer timeline to implement. And then ultimately the value of the data that we're building can be used for AI and other purposes, selling to insurance companies, tire and car manufacturers, municipalities, and more. My name is Keith Ferry. As I mentioned, I have an extensive background in engineering and have experience running multiple companies, including startups. We have a small team that we leverage both internally as well as third-party developments and some resources. We have self-funded with over $1.2 million of our own money, and we have a major pipeline of opportunity ahead of us. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your presentation, Kate. And please, first question from Jordan.
Keith, my friend, you said the tire is an influencer. How many followers do they have?
About 114 billion or million rather every year.
2 key questions. What levers you push to increase your valuation? And is there a unit economics per sensor or per tire or per something? So I know for 1 million sensors, 1 million tires, I can look for such and such revenue, such and such profitability.
Yeah, so in terms of sort of what we are doing to leverage additional value, we are generating sales now. We're commercializing and assigning several contracts. We're expected to sell about 1 million sensors to the fleet industry over the next 18 months, give or take. And so we're looking at, in terms of sell price, that does vary, of course, by market, but typically generate about $500 per vehicle in the fleet sector in a one-time cost, plus recurring revenue of somewhere around $10 per month. So yeah, hopefully that helps provide. We do sell, of course, our sensors. We sell third-party gateways that the sensors communicate with. So there's data plans tied to those. And then the software as a service, whether it's our software or the APIs that call these insights, are generating recurring revenue.
Got it. And the revenue and the valuation question?
In terms of what are we doing to add value? So we have several patented technologies, including the ability to measure tread, load, road conditions, and alignment from real time from a tire, whether that be from the wheel or tire position. So that recently, over the past several months, we've gained 2 patents and cover basically very broad claims. So that's very exciting. And then we're signing agreements really with some major OEMs and fleet distributors. So really locking in our position to lead the market.
So it's IP, it's sales, and it's brand recognition, right?
Correct.
Okay, just real quick, Maria, I disagree with you respectfully. They are okay to show what they're raising, but they're not okay to speak it out loud.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I'm done with my questions.
Thanks, Jordan.
Okay, thank you. And Jason, please, your question.
Yeah, thank you for the presentation. Interesting. What other products are out there like this? I mean, there are smart tire systems out there. There's probably a whole system, I think, already created from scratch. I'm guessing you're going after existing vehicles with old tires, which probably a bigger market, but I'm just wondering, who do you compete with for this?
So we are the only company in the world that offers tread depth, load, essentially additional insights. There are companies that are working on this technology, many of which we are actually selling to behind the scenes. So they're going to either white label our sensors or license our technology. In terms of other ways to do this, there are drive over systems, there are some other techniques, but those are not providing real-time or scalable solutions for the market. So essentially what we're doing is converting the TPMS market, which is the pressure monitoring system, into a new technology for the future. And so this will ultimately subsume that market, but at the time being, they are considered competitors, but it is a basic sensor. It's like comparing dial up to, fiber, basically. So we're looking to totally shift the industry in this direction because there's more value to these insights.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And unfortunately, we don't have any time. Jerry, Maria,
okay.
Please, Irina, use our Zoom chat or direct messages in Zoom chat for our participants. And I guess we can go ahead to our startup number 4, Idaptic. And Jay, I want to pass the floor to you. We see your screen. Please do a full screen and you can go.
Great, thank you. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome. Well, great. Good morning, California. I'm Jay Cormier, founder and CEO of Idaptic. We're here to talk about our smart glasses to help the visually impaired see again. So this right here is Elizabeth Baker. She is legally blind. She's a world-class triathlete. She's a mom and also a physical therapist. This is the first time in her life she could read the blood pressure cuff. So what are we doing? We're attacking retinal diseases. For instance, macular degeneration is one of the biggest unmet needs in eye care today, with almost half of the 400 million people with retinal diseases made up of macular degeneration. We also have a clinical study running now on diabetic retinopathy, which is our second indication, which is looking very good. And we have foundational patents that help us attack things like macular pucker or scarring, which is a distortion of the vision. So we believe this is a $1 trillion market, and our initial beachhead is the US for macular degeneration, which alone is a multi-billion-dollar opportunity. So from a technology standpoint, what do we do? So we simulate natural vision and adapt with artificial intelligence. So keep in mind, for these retinal diseases, we're talking about a loss of central vision, but you retain your peripheral vision, and that gives us something to work with. So what we're essentially doing is leveraging open market hardware. We take in that image through the camera. Our proprietary software and system processes that image and redisplays it in front of the eyes. Now, keep in mind, the retina, like a thumb print, is unique to every person, so it's critical to use software that's customizable and adaptable. And that's where the AI comes in. It adapts not only to the person's vision, but also their habits and environment. This integrates with the real world, is an FDA Class 1 exempt device, so we do not need FDA approval, which saves lots of time and money. We currently have 8 patents granted and 14 more pending. So what does this do? And this is allowing people to remain independent, to basically see their world again. You see here Elizabeth Baker not only reading the blood pressure cuff, but watching her kids play soccer. Chuck, of course, decided he was going to go gambling to the casino with this. Chuck's 2400. He cannot see at all practically, but now he's able to play the slots. Unfortunately, he's also telling his wife how to drive, which is probably not a good idea. And Sam here, of course, is on a cruise because he loves to travel. So from a business standpoint, this is very much like the hearing aid model, same demographics, market size, and we are priced our products the same as hearing aids. So hearing aids today is an $8 billion market, and we're scaling our revenue now with the i5. We do this primarily through the eye care channel. So we're selling through ophthalmologists and optometrists. This is by far the most productive channel of everything we tested, and we're adding doctors on a monthly basis. The team is made up of not only medical professionals, but deep technology experienced executives with multiple exits. And we just brought on a new SVP of sales with a wealth of eye care experience to help us scale this business. So we have been growing revenues about 40% quarter on quarter. And we see this as a multi-$100 million business in 5 years with high profitability and gross margins. So with that, we are raising money to help fill out the sales team and to realize our vision of becoming #1 in this nascent multi-billion-dollar visual aid market. With that, I would be happy to answer any questions, and thanks for your time.
Thank you, Jay, so much. And Maria, first question from you.
Yeah, thank you, Jay. This is actually a really wonderful area and so needed. What's the battery life on this device, if I may ask?
Sure. So our current device lasts about 3 hours. And then we also do have an accessory pack that can get that out to about 8 hours.
Right. And then your go-to-market, you're selling predominantly through ophthalmologists, but it seems like there's a big channel as well with some of the larger retailers like the Costco's and others. Are you planning to expand into these larger channels as well?
Yeah, so first I should clarify, it's ophthalmologists and optometrists. So what you see in those retailers tend to be optometrists. And that certainly is part of our roadmap further down. After we get these early adopters, create a beachhead, then we can expand more through these more what I call general eye care channels.
Okay, thank you, Jay. And Jordan, please.
Regardless of the amount of the raise, Jay, what's your, where would this raise take you? What would you accomplish with it? Revenue,
right.
Market?
Yep. So this raise will continue us on our 40% quarter-on-quarter growth path, and this should get us all the way to break even. And then from there, we'll be set up well for a Series A.
Break even by when?
Sometime around mid next year is what I'm projecting.
Got it. Got it. Is the economy affecting your sales at all, or is it robust and resilient?
So we're finding that because certainly this is an older population, that's where much of the wealth in the US sits. So the economy doesn't affect that so much. And it's such a huge unmet need. And of course, we're early in the scaling process. We don't see that the economy is having much impact one way or the other.
Thank you, sir. Best of luck to you.
Thanks, Jordan.
Thank you. And next question from Zach.
Hey, how's it going? Thank you for the presentation. I was just curious if these glasses were insured or if you can use insurance to buy them.
Yeah, great question, Zach. That comes up a lot. So again, similar to hearing aids, for the most part, that's a direct consumer payable. It's not that some insurance doesn't exist, like VSP insurance will cover some of it. Veteran Affairs covers these as well. But for the most part, like hearing aids, most people are paying out of their pocket, which is exactly why we priced it like hearing aids.
Perfect. Thank you. And Paul, please.
Yeah, my question is, since this is, you said customizable, so I'm guessing you're going to map out the person's retina, figure out which areas they can actually see with, and then remap the image content in the part they can't see to the areas that they can see. Is that correct?
Yeah. So Paul, the mapping is on our roadmap. We've experimented with that, and we need some extra hardware advancements to really enable that part of the solution. So right now we're focusing on enhancements.
Okay, so basically, but if a person's eye only responds, for example, in the periphery, and you're looking at a piece in the middle, somehow you have to get that information to the right part of the eye, right? Otherwise, they can't see it.
Yeah, yes, but again, the first part is because the peripheral vision is not as sharp as that central vision, and that's what we're trying to attack. The first line of defense is enhancing that. And then when you actually remap those pixels to the periphery, then that can work. But first you got to enhance it.
Yeah, can you comment on your competition? Because I remember 4 or 5 years ago, I was seeing a number of startups doing sort of similar things. There must be other people selling devices to do that, or
certainly. Most of the competition has tried this with virtual reality, and that we found has, made some people happy. But for the most part, if you think about it, you only have your peripheral vision and you put a VR headset on your face, you take away your peripheral vision, and that takes away many of the use cases that it could be used for. So the VR, we're seeing that fall by the wayside.
All right, thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Thank you, Paul.
Okay, thank you so much. Michael, please be so kind and use our Zoom chat for your question to Jay. Jay, perfect presentation. Thank you so much. And yeah, and we need to go ahead to go to our 5th startup sample night from Mark. Hello, Mark. We see your screen.
Hello. How are you?
Perfect. I hope you do.
Great. Thanks. Thanks, everyone, for joining. Great presentations, everybody, too. Thank you, Gary and team. So Simple Night is enabling hyper-personalized booking and ordering of anything, anywhere, at any time. This is a big statement, but we are doing it in practice. And we're doing it with the help of generative AI to take this to the next level. We are truly revolutionizing booking and ordering, integrating the largest amount of bookable content in the world. We are taking categories like travel, air, hotel, rent-a-car, lifestyle categories, event tickets, tours and activities, attractions, dining, reservations, and food delivery, to even day-to-day services, making a doctor appointment, paying for a parking space, charging your car, paying for gas, picking up something from Target, getting your groceries delivered, doesn't matter. We are actually connecting the largest amount of brands in the world, from reservation systems, point of sale, B2C, order delivery systems, inventory management systems, you name it. So the names on this page right now are actual customers of ours or are actively being onboarded right now. In terms of the demand sectors that we are partnering with, they're some of the most influential in the world. So we are powering in the smart city space actual countries right now around the world, with many slated thereafter. So currently we have about 10 that are active or will be active in the next 2 quarters, with a path to over 20 thereafter. What we are doing for them is building tourism and lifestyle super applications. So that way both tourists and residents alike can engage with all of the product and service categories that these countries have to offer, which dramatically helps with economic impact. We are also collaborating with these nations on their sustainable and social impact causes. And on the long term, we'll be helping them with all of the holistic data that we possess on people within the countries, of course, managing for privacy sensitivities. Next, moving on, we are also working with some of the largest search engines in the world, like Google and Microsoft Bing. We are working in the smart home sector with brands like Amazon Alexa, building skills for booking and ordering for Alexa, some of the largest corporate and leisure travel agencies in the world. And of course, in the connected car space, we are now powering 3 of the top 5 largest automaker groups in the world, both in their vehicle, on mobile, and in loyalty, where you'll be able to now deliver to drivers and passengers all around the world the ability to book and order whatever they want every day. Beyond that, we are doing some significant strides in the rewards and loyalty space, where we'll be powering the loyalty marketplaces for brands like Fanatics and more going forward. Now, talking about AI, we've collaborated with our friends at GSD to take this to the next level, making it personal, making it hyper-personalized, okay? And we're doing this with generative AI. We have made a significant investment in the space, so that way our engine long-term could be able to power anything. Now, what that means is what SimpleNet offers is a white label booking engine to our customers, a universal API, downloadable mobile apps for iOS and Android, as well as a white label rewards and loyalty program and consumer profiles and data. Partners can take a choice of what they'd like from our offering mix. We will personalize it for them, and then we will layer our AI, generative AI assistant embedded into all of these offerings. Our business model is that of a platform as a service, We make reoccurring revenue on transaction fees on every transaction. So similar to like Airbnb, and Uber, that they're making money in every transaction, same thing for SimpleNight. And we also are able to make a software as a service license with certain sectors as well. This market is substantially large, over 5 trillion and growing. And we are very comfortable, given our market share and our partners' market share, that we would be able to attain a $100 billion market within the next 5 years. In terms of the competitive landscape, many of those that would be deemed competitors off the face value are partners of ours. And the reason why is we possess the capability to go after niche channels together. So they'd rather partner with us than try and compete with us, because again, we're doing so many different types of categories. So it's easier to just pull from SimpleNight than try and build it themselves. Now, our team has significant experience and track record in various sectors here. Myself, I come from investment banking, hospitality, and finance background. And then after that, I built a very successful luxury concierge business that I grew to over 30 million in annual sales within 3 years. Beyond that, our team worked at brands like Microsoft, Sabre, Google, and more. And we have a lot of experience leading teams to be able to take on this type of effort and presumptuous vision. In terms of our traction, we'll end this year at least a 10 million ARR with close to 50 million in sales. And we are projecting that we'll grow by over 500% next year. Again, going back to who our partners are, all their transactions are flowing through us. So to be able to get these transactions flowing through our system is a fact. It's not a wish. Enhancing on that topic.
Mark, I'm so sorry, your time is up. I can give you 10 additional seconds if you need.
Sure, no problem.
Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, no problem. I just want to touch on we're currently deepening the relationships with our partners, some of the biggest brands in the world. The future looks bright for SimpleNight. We're going to be doing a Series B raise to grow this out of the water and take this to the next level. We can talk about that privately, and happy to communicate with anyone that is a fit.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, perfect presentation. And we have first question from Maria.
Hi, thanks, Mark. That's impressive growth. My question is more around, because you seem to be everywhere in every industry. And my question is, how do you acquire customers? Because that seems quite costly if you go for every industry you're out there.
It's a great question. And one of our investors actually is on this call, Florida Funders. We're big fans. And so, we've evolved over time. We organically grow. So travel is where we were kind of birthed from, but the plans have always been to grow. And we look at themes. We look at themes that intertwine: cities, cars, travel, homes. They're key pillars of infrastructure. So we don't do just anything just because. It's usually calculated, and it's usually because one of the top 1 to 5 key players in that sector is pulling us in. I hope that is helpful.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And Jason?
Yeah, that was my question. It seemed like a lack of focus because you have so many industries. Obviously, you are focused based on partners, but it seems like more of a channel partnership strategy. I don't know, maybe are you aggregating everything together in one location, or it's really sector by sector based on your partners? Because I've seen people try to bring apps together to handle all of the nightlife activities, transportation, ordering tickets, going to a restaurant. Are you trying to aggregate that way, or am I completely off and it's really partner specific?
Not partner specific. It is completely one size fits all with customization. And that's why it's easier for Amazon, Microsoft, the country of the Philippines to be able to come to us and say, hey, you guys already have 50, 60% of what we need off the shelf. Now, can we'll make it worth your while to customize a little bit more.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, dear judges, thank you. Maybe anyone else want to ask something to Mark? No, Irina, yes, please.
I can use it right now.
You can use it based through our partners, and depending on which use case you want. We're fully omni-channel, so we're live in Asia. We're live on search engines. We're live with some car companies. So It's business to business and business to business to the consumer. So it's not a consumer facing directly, but it is active right now.
As a business, I can go and sign up and become a part of this network.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Perfect. Mark, thank you so much for a great speech. And please welcome here startup number 6, BitWage. And I really want to pass the floor to Jonathan.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, we see your screen and full.
Cool. Great. Workforce talent is globally distributed, but opportunities are not. Hey, my name is Jonathan Chester. I'm the CEO of BitWage. BitWage is helping companies that are hiring and paying workers, contractors, freelancers, gig workers globally. BitWage provides a simple platform to help companies pay workers anywhere, giving the workers the flexibility to get paid the way they want, whether it be local currency, cryptocurrency, or digital dollars. This is as opposed to companies having to leverage multiple invoicing platforms and payment platforms, paying high bank fees, dealing with transfer delays. BitWage consolidates the experience, providing an automated onboarding and payout system, saving customers time and money. That's important. Since 2020, we have grown our transaction volumes 400% with a 98% monthly retention rate. We're generating over $2 million in annual recurring revenue and have processed $250 million since inception. The secret sauce here is a proprietary payment engine. We have integrated traditional and Web3 payment rails, thereby reducing the cost and time to send money anywhere in the world in the mix of fiat and cryptocurrencies. So as opposed to our competitors, which actually have to charge for an HR layer while simultaneously integrating third-party payment apps that charge more fees on foreign exchange, we're able to make our money exclusively on the foreign exchange and give away that HR layer that we've built on top. Again, saving customers time and money. Last year, we were able to generate $1.6 million in lifetime value from newly acquired customers with just under $600,000 spent. This is a 300% return on investment for every marketing and sales dollar that we were able to spend. The team consists of myself and my co-founder, each with 10 years of experience in payments and cryptocurrency, our COO, who went to Stanford with my co-founder, and our chief compliance officer, who previously was performing due diligence for the US government on international persons. We have a cybersecurity advisor, who's the previous CTO of security at Sun Microsystems, and a compliance advisor who's led compliance teams at top Web3 companies like Consensus, Binance, Uphold, and Ripio. Our big vision is to become the leading globally connected payment network for SMBs, going beyond HR and payroll into payments and remittances, leveraging blockchain and AI to automate our payment and HR engines, giving our customers access to the best rates and experiences available. We currently have Draper Associates and Gangels committed into our round, looking to spend the majority of our funds or a big portion of it into development and R&D. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. And dear judges, it's time to you. Yes, Maria, please go ahead.
Hi. So thank you for that. This is also quite a noisy space, and interesting that you add crypto in. One of the challenges with crypto is the conversion back into fiat. So how do you build that partners network in order to do that?
Yeah, so we're actually leveraging both the traditional and a fiat and crypto components to this, right? So wherever it is advantageous to do that, we will integrate with last mile partners like exchanges directly to convert, or perhaps we can open entities in the local jurisdictions that then can accept the funds and deposit directly. There's all different regulatory challenges depending on the route that you do. But if there isn't an advantage using crypto, we will actually just do a traditional rail, because in certain jurisdictions, traditional payments like US to Europe can actually yield the cheapest and fastest results, just depending on how much float you have and your FX partners involved.
Yeah, so obviously that arbitrage of the Forex conversions, whether it's crypto or not, is actually where large liability for you lie and how you make money or potentially lose money. How do you protect yourself from that?
Yeah, so today, the way that the system is designed is that it performs the payroll in the funding currency. So like, let's say you're in the US, you're paying people in like Brazil or Argentina, we're doing a payroll in US dollars, and we're executing the best rates to deposit into the user accounts, but we're not actually guaranteeing a Brazilian real rate or an Argentine peso rate or something along those lines. We're just giving them the best available rates at that moment.
Oh, okay, thank you so much. And please welcome the next question from Suhal.
Yes, thank you. Jonathan, that's pretty impressive ROI on the marketing. So what is the primary marketing channel, customer acquisition strategy?
Yeah, so the primary channels that we're leveraging right now would be influencer marketing, SEO, and press. These are the three channels that we're generating deals from.
Okay, and in terms of the focus, the businesses that you're working with right now, are they primarily kind of tech / crypto, or what kind of segment or business segment?
The majority of the companies using us are professional service organizations. So typically would see either customer support, software development, or marketing. We also have tech-focused companies and Web3 companies, but actually primarily it's professional service organizations.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, and welcome, Irina.
How does money transmitter license apply if you're functioning in US?
Yes, so this is obviously something that we have to be acutely aware of. There are actually multiple different regulatory licenses we have to be aware of because of also the inclusion of cryptocurrency. But we have designed our system to be non-custodial and very conservative on the coin offerings available. And as a result, we are built around various exemptions on a state-by-state and federal basis for licensing. That being said, we want to pursue licensing so that we can move into products that allow you to, for instance, pre-fund, which actually requires a custody product, and to get more into payments and remittances. And also just to build the trust that comes with having the license. But that being said, we actually have a very extensive AML BSA program in-house. We have a compliance team, we have integrated softwares.
How many jurisdictions are you operating in, and do you have a compliance in every jurisdiction?
So the primary jurisdiction is the US paying outwards. So this is our primary jurisdiction that we're designing a regulatory strategy around. In terms of where else do we have to consider it? Every place where there is like a specific crypto regulation from receiving transactions from abroad, or where we build our own banking relationships directly to deposit funds from our bank accounts to users. Otherwise, we're actually able to work with partners that have those licenses to do the last mile. And the decision to do that.
Who are your competitors?
Yeah, so I would say that the big gorilla in the space is Deal. They're the people that we come head to head with the most. They have the best product on the market if you want to pay using an employer of record product, which it comes with a high cost, $400 to $600 per employee per month. What we're providing is the same automated experience as what a Deal can have, but at a dramatically reduced cost, because we will pay them as contractors, freelancers, or gig workers. So if you need that employer of record product, they for today would be the better product. But if you don't need that, you can pay them as contractors or freelancers, we would be able to provide a similar experience at a much more reduced cost and a better product for you.
Okay, thank you so much, Jonathan. Great speech. Please stay with us for our final. And please welcome here startup number 7, Safe Steps. And Dave, the stage is yours.
Okay, is it showing up and can you hear me?
Yeah, perfectly.
Wow, are you kidding me? Did I actually make technology work? Uh-oh.
Yeah,
okay.
please, you can start.
Thank you for this privilege and opportunity to present to you the Safe Steps. My name's Dave Smith. I am the CEO and founder. Safe Steps is a technology company that solves the big problems of our youth in the United States today. We focus in on providing personalized chat GPT for families with teenagers. This is a labor of love for me and a passion of my team, because what we're doing is we have a mission of building lives of impact and purpose. What we are doing is we are bridging the gap between education and employment and supporting people throughout their lives with skills, which is very unique so that they can reach their full potential. See, today in the United States, our youth are in crisis. And what we want to do is we want to prevent this from happening through preparation of skills and the application of pathways where they can see abundance and opportunity. No parent should ever have to see their child die needlessly from suicide or fentanyl poisoning. We are not attacking those aspects. We're trying to provide them with better decision making. We do that through positive mindset development with generative AI through our app, which incorporates ChatGPT. We use skills mastery coupled with the application of ChatGPT throughout life as a significant tool and advantage for people as they in both their social and professional lives. I have a full team of people that I'm blessed with. My background is as a serial entrepreneur. I have elevated 2 companies to a status of exit profitability, and this is my my challenge today. We have a model of a SaaS B2B to C. What we do is we offer our to our clients, our B2C clients, our application and the use of ChatGPT. We contract with the federal government to help work with indigenous populations, and we have a pipeline of school districts and nonprofit organizations that we're working with that will generate our revenues in the next 2 years. Our SaaS B2B to C gives us the advantage of a low CAC and a high lifetime value. Our SOM in the marketplace at $5 per month per user exceeds $4 billion. That is far less of cost and time consumption of competition in the marketplace, which is predicated on competing again online against education. What we do is we bridge the gap with education and lead to employment. Our profitability and sustainability is we have high margins as well as high growth. We project $40 million in revenue by 2026, and we are seeking funds or partnership with an organization that will help us so that we can control that exponential growth. So thank you very much for the opportunity to present to you, and I welcome the opportunity to deep dive into this, and I welcome your questions. So Lydia, I apologize for going over.
All perfect, Dave. Thank you so much. And I guess it's time we need to give to our judges. Irina, please welcome.
Thank you. And so can parents download it and check it right now?
Yes. Yes.
And then how does it deal with the dark aspects, right? Because with any of it, if the teenager starts uploading and looking for the confirmation bias with, for for the dark aspects of all of that interaction of being the human, of what drives them. If they press into it, how
That's
do you
such a
combat
great
that?
question. Let me address how we deal with that. First of all, our generative AI is very simply only through the curative data and content that we provide and have teach through our micro lessons and mastery courses. It does not go to the internet. It only accesses what parents and students have already been taught. The advantage of us using ChatGPT is that at any time, 24/7, they can access a buddy, a partner. We call it an agent, a personal agent, for them to say, I'm having a difficulty here. How do I deal with it? And it will respond based upon what it's been programmed to respond to, and nothing more. It does not do hallucinations. It does not allow you to go to the deep web or the dark web. Does that answer your question? Irina, that's a great question. Thank you.
Thank you. And please, Paul, welcome here.
Thank you. A couple of questions. One is, can you talk a bit more about other people doing similar things? And then about your IP, what's to keep anybody from doing similar things? There's so many companies these days popping up with clever ideas to use AI.
No, I agree with you, but we're using it to simply be able to use the curated data that has been approved and reviewed by the parents. Now, our IP, we have a patent pending on our mastery process. Our mastery process is the skills learning that parents and students come together on, and they learn skills together. What we found in our MVP and in our beta, parents need these skills as much as the students do. So we bring the family in as a unit that they spend 30 minutes per week together. Pretty reasonable. And so our IP has a patent on the process, the knowledge check, and how we are eventually going to replace the resume with a profile of skills that people have developed and passed and have verification for.
Can you comment on other people doing similar things?
Paul, I don't know, every competitor I look at looks into an older demographic. We go younger, not older. So we go into the school systems and the nonprofits where other people don't go. I honestly do not have anybody who is trying to do skills, bring parents together, and also bridge the gap to employers as what we do with Safe Steps. So I'm not saying we don't have competition. Our competition just appears to want to replace education with subject matter versus skills. And that's a unique differentiation we bring in the marketplace.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you so much, Dave. Great answer. And please make it a little short. Jordan, you're welcome.
Generative AI, it's a public space, healthcare issues, children. How are you protecting the privacy? How are you not allowing this information to get out there? That's probably the most dangerous thing you can do in what you do.
Oh, no, that's an excellent question. At the beginning, our B2B model is we partner with the school district and we have verification of privacy and security so that the superintendent of each area that we work with, our targeted partners, they have verified that we secure the data so it cannot be compromised, just like within the guidance of the school district. So we first get approval from the school district, partner with them, and then we go to them because the school districts are taking the information. We have done this with the federal government for the last 3 years, working with an indigenous population in the Midwest, over 1,000 families, and it hasn't been an issue.
No, you didn't answer my question. Generative AI, it is owned by the owner of the tool. That content is all their ownership now. If I'm a kid and I put my stuff out there, it's out there. So help me understand, how do you protect me as a kid putting my information out there, using the generative AI for help and not expose myself to all sorts of bad agents?
I apologize, Jordan. We are not, what the content is curated by us, controlled by us, and provided in our mastery lessons by us. So we haven't had the incidents at this point in time, and maybe it's my technical, limitations, but I don't know how to answer your question, sir.
No worries. We'll take it offline. No problem at all.
Okay.
Great
But
cause.
thank you for it. I'd love to explore it and answer that.
Perfect. So Dave, thank you so much for your speech. And dear judges and guests, please welcome here startup number 8, I2Pure Corporation, and Douglas. We all waiting for your screen share.
And you need me to go full screen, correct?
It would be much better, yeah. Yeah, all is perfect.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. My name is Doug Spitz. I am the CEO of I2Pure. We have created a platform technology which will be an infection prevention based off of molecular iodine across multiple formats, delivering high concentrations of this compound. Probably everyone on this call has at one point been to the doctors or a hospital and has had their skin cleaned with the iodine that you see on this image. That iodine has 1 to 8 parts per million of molecular iodine. It is the only species of iodine that kills pathogens. To put that into context, our thyroids manufacture molecular iodine in a steady state in concentrations of 720 parts per million, or 150 times the concentration that they're cleaning your skin with today. And we have put 15,000 parts per million into human skin for a cellular viability test for 24 hours and have shown no toxicity, or nearly 3,000 times that amount. Molecular iodine is highly compatible with mammalian tissue. We can partition this molecular iodine into liquids, into gels. We can create polymers that have persistence for months and months and months. So we can create catheters, sutures, grafts, and we can do coatings for orthopedic hardware and other types of implantables that will prevent the infections. We have 3 products that are coming to market in the US in 2023. One is a skin prep. The other is a wound irrigation system. The third is a dermal regeneration matrix for full thickness wounds. We are currently developing 8 products for several of the leading life science companies in the world. And we have a partnership with the creator of the de facto standard wound care product in the world, which is cadexamer iodine, which we should be replacing in the next 24 months. In addition to having no toxicity, molecular iodine is also a very strong anti-inflammatory. So with the focus on wound care, the focus on catheters, which we are also creating an IRB, a human trial that will take place at the University of California, San Diego, led by the director of urology. We plan on addressing many of these issues, inclusive of a field trial in the dairy herd in India right now with the largest service provider of Amul, since India has the largest dairy herd, but also a very low yield because of disease state of the cows. So we are able to impact every continuum of care and prevent infection across every continuum of care that touches human tissue. Our current raise, we're expanding our lab, we're continuing our global IP strategy with Perkins Coie. We have 1 granted patent, we have 2 applications, we have 5 more that are going in. We have 5 human trials scheduled, and we are continuing our polymer research. Thank you very much.
Douglas, thank you. And please, Stanley, your question.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. That looks fascinating. I think one of the main questions I have is that do you need to get regulatory approval for some of the applications that you actually use these things for? And if you do you have to get it? Because I mean, if you're going to different countries in order to actually market these things and also sell these things, you need to get different sort of regulatory approval, or can you get one global approval that enables you to apply it anywhere and anyhow?
So we will be required. So the 3 products that are coming to the US this year, one is a monograph product, which is a self-registration, which does not require approval. The 2 others are class 2 devices, which require 510K approval. All the animal trials, all of the histology has been returned, and we anticipate the approvals of those 2 class 2 devices in Q4 of this year. With the partnership we have with the Swedish company, which we're bringing 2 products for, that will be replacing cadexamer iodine worldwide. They currently have a CE marked hydrogel with a chlorhexidine base, and we're going to be replacing the chlorhexidine base with our iodine. And we anticipate this CE mark in Europe in the next 4 to 6 months. So and then, you know, with the products we get approval here in the States, getting approval elsewhere becomes that much easier.
Okay, thank you so much. And please, quick question from Irina.
So just to clarify, you are a material science company.
That is correct.
On the, yes, and so what is have you considered space medicine application, and also have you then pursued CBERs in the space medicine / defense application?
So I will tell you, prior to starting I2Pure, I was the president of a large government contractor for 8 years, and my only customer was the US government. I'm a veteran. We have a verbal contract by the US Department of Defense that wants to buy 75 million swabs once they get registered in about 45 days. We have a wound packing project going on right now for kinetic wounds on the battlefield to prevent bleeding, as well as to prevent fungal infections from taking hold because of the number of stabilized patients that come back to Walter Reed and then ultimately die because of fungal infections, as well as a cuff that will go around the skin of the limbs that are being put onto our warriors. So I'm also a mentor at Techstars. That was done that I'm a mentor in the air and space in my prior life. So very familiar with the route you're talking about, as well as having done deals with DARPA.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Douglas. And Paul, I'm so sorry. Please use our Zoom chat for your question. Thank you so much. And Douglas, thank you again. And dear guys, I guess we go to our last but not the least startup, number 9, Targeted Bioscience. And really welcome. Oh, hi. Really welcome here, Noel. Noel, you're muted.
Okay.
Yeah, now we here.
Yeah, so thank you, everybody. My name is Noel Gonzalez. Thanks for allowing me the opportunity to share our mission. I am a retired submarine captain with over 30 years of experience in not only high-risk operations, but also running companies from early stage to exiting. Targeted Bioscience is a company focused on getting the precision medicine for cancer treatment and research. As we say in the military, bottom line up front, we are a tech transfer from George Mason University with a positive cash flow. We are currently in a revenue generating and on track to meet or exceed our projections of 1.5 for this year. Our current MRR, as you can see, is about $120,000. We just recently, to the last conversation, the last question, we recently just won a silver phase 1 from the NIH and anticipate a phase 2 in the next couple of months. So what is the problem? The problem is single cell analysis remains a challenge to detect and prevent the spread of cancer cells. Not only there are a few vaccines for the cancer, there's almost no other treatment than aggressive radiation treatment if you have cancer. DNA vaccines tend to produce a poor response in humans and large animal models. And there's no vaccines right now in the market for breast cancer, which is one of the areas we're going after. This is our portfolio from patent. We have 8 and 3 more right now that are pending and going through the legal process. So what is the solution? We have a 3-phase approach. We're using something called a laser capture microdissection, which is an LCM, which is what you see here, number 1. We have sold 35 of these already worldwide, and we have a established distribution network already worldwide. The laser microdissection was our initial entry into the market. We manufacture and assemble all the components in the US, our own AI software that allows pathologists and researchers to find and extract single cell captures down to the 5 microns. Why is that important? Because that actually allows the potential detection of the cancer cells before they actually spread. We are the number 1 LCM right now in the market. Our main competitors is Thor Labs. And however, the team that actually created that Thor Labs system is our team right now, most of our team. Like I said, we have 35 of these sold worldwide. We already established a distributor team in the US, Canada, Poland, France, Germany, Japan, Finland, China, and South Korea. Our customers include the NIH, Brown University, and several large organizations. The second solution here that you see is the extracellular vesicles, the EV. The concept of a good and bad exosomes, or EVs, together they make up a bad vaccine. We will mass produce and isolate the good EVs and remove the bad EVs, which is what we're currently doing. And our first kit, phase 1 kit, goes into the market within the next 2 weeks. The outcome products can be an EV vaccine, manufacturing methods, diagnostic, and therapeutic product reagents. Now, the last one in here, the Accubus, which is the third one that we are putting in the market by the end of August. This is a high fidelity, full color microscopic visualization of non-covered slip tissue. This is all in the process of aiding the pathologists and the doctors actually isolate the cancer cells. The Aculove, which is the core of our technology, is a spatial biologist. We have the ability for anybody to use the microscope, which we build in here and is our core technology, and collaborate via the web using the AI/ML technology. All of these components are currently in the market, and we're selling this to all the different schools, the different universities and hospitals that are in the market of trying to isolate single capture cells in order to find the cure or the potential prevention and spread of cancer. I'm going to concentrate on this one too, the EV, the extracellular vesicles. Like I said before, they're unappreciated in the source of cancer diagnostic. They've been around for a while, but not a lot of energy has been put into it to actually utilize them to prevent cancer or find a cure to a potential spread of cancer. The global EV market size is expected to reach $2.28 billion by 2030, according to the new report by the Grand View Research. TBI researchers we have discovered through the use of George Mason University that the tissue interstitial fluid is a rich source of extracellular vesicles, packages of cellular information shared by the cell, basically the cell communication, and then we utilize that to be able to prevent or find the potential cure or vaccines. As you can see on the slide, we separated the EV sector into three phases. Phase 1 is completed, and the kit will go in the market in this month. Phase 2 is in progress. We anticipate that to be done by September, and Phase 3 at the end of the year. This is kind of like our traction right now, and the customers that are utilizing our products and our microscope and working together with us and actually moving to the next phase. Kind of like the total addressable market, our goal is to acquire about 30% of this in the US. As far as the microscope, we are almost about the 60-70% acquiring the market. Some of the old systems are going away and there's no one filling in. We're the only solution for what they want to do. Our team is made up. So I'm Alan Carpino is the CEO of the company. He is the one with over 30 years experience in this sector. Dr. Lance Leota, he is a pathologist, one of the top pathologists in the US, and leads the effort in George Mason University. And then Preston Edge is our other partner in the AI/ML development of the software that we have. We're currently offering a C round. We already closed that amount, and we're looking forward to actually chatting with you and learning more of how you can be interested in the offering.
Noel, thank you so much. Perfect presentation. And Paul, please, your question.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, a couple of related questions. So you own all the IP for the AccuLift, and also what does it sell for, and what's your cost to build them?
Yep, we do own Paul. We do own all the IP, not only for the AccuLift, but we also own it for the caps and the reagents and the visualization fluid that we have. It costs us about, it depends on the level of the AccuLift, the microscope that you want to buy. It ranges anywhere between $35,000 to $60,000. It sells anywhere between $120,000 to $190,000. That's a one-time cost. However, there's a subscription SaaS model that we have. Each of the microscope attaches to a collaboration, which is the spatial biology technology, which is a web-driven analysis tool. That is about a $25,000 a year licensing fee, and then there's a service fee that goes with the microscope as well. So there's different lines of revenue that we piggyback. Some of the stuff we have done is a freemium model as we take the unit on the market. For example, we provide the first year for free for the collaboration tool.
You mentioned AI, so you actually is a learning system where the more data you collect, the easier it is for you to identify the specific cancer cells?
That's right, sir. Not only identify the cancer cells through advanced image recognition, but also we're tying up to public databases or internal databases, similar to, I think, the previous description about, imagine ChatGPT uses the web, but you can actually, we have the same similar scenario that we actually, the system will utilize the data that is in the service of the client, so that way they can actually pull from their previous white papers and researches that have done.
Can you put your email in the chat box? Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so dear judges, maybe someone want to ask some? Noel? No, perfect. So thank you so much, everybody. Irina, yeah, please. Go ahead.
All right. Okay. Fine. Well, so in the way I understand it is that the in-cell ability to see and treat, and so I think I saw mitochondria in the beginning of your slides. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. And so I guess my question then is, well, of course, cancer is very important. What are other, you think applications could be for this technology to be able to go in and do what, whatever you're doing? Does it also treat like mitochondria and allows us to analyze mitochondria better so we can treat and improve it?
Yeah, so the answer to a question is I'll give you an example. As we develop, I'm calling you or talking to you from Jupiter, Florida. And one of the things I find out is when we have internships, folks that come in here, we hire from the university or the high school. One of the things happened when we were developing the product was we provided the ability for some of the students to actually start looking at algae and all that. So completely unrelated to what we're doing, but they're looking at the microscope based on the ability to analyze different things and see different things to take a look at other things. So to answer your question, yes, but we have not, our laser focus right now, is to go after the cancer or the breast cancer precision medicine based on our affiliation with George Mason and Dr. Leota.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so thank you, Noel. Dear startup, thank you so much to all. You all did a great job. And now, judges, it's time to you. Please, Zara will be 1 or 2 additional minutes to complete your voting. Please do it if you didn't. And we will finalize this wonderful battle Startup Exhale, but after our small networking with Gary. Gary, are you still with us?
I'm here.
Perfect. The stage is yours, Gary.
Yeah, of course. No, it's great. So do you want me to talk now or later?
No. And afterwards, networking.
To all the startups, first of all, I was just writing a note. I mean, you've done an incredible job. This is we're coming into cohort 15 of GSD. And, my wish at the beginning of starting the company was to find companies just like yours that can change the world. My other wish is to have our incredible friends that are here online from all over the world taking time out of your busy schedules to join us, because it's because of you, the reason that we're here today. The world's changed in the last year with generative AI. I remember back in 2016 when David Ang and I started down the path of building generative AI models, pre-transformer models, but building it. And people said it wasn't going to happen, but you're living proof with all the technologies you have and talking about generative AI that this is our future. I'm proud of you. You did a hell of a job. Now we got to go out and get shit done and take it to the next level. So, today's just the beginning. We're going to come back through and there's going to be different rankings, et cetera. That doesn't mean you didn't succeed, but we got a hell of a group to compete with today too. So great job. So anybody else, any of the judges, any comments? Stanley, how did you like it today? I'm going to pick
up. Somehow I knew you're, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, somehow I knew you were going to pick on me, but I do find it quite interesting. I mean, there's about 2 that I'm probably going to catch up with after that. And I do believe that, some of these new companies are actually proving that, as a angel investor, taking a punt in any of this, if I can say, businesses can actually prove something later on. So yeah, well done to all the entrepreneurs, and I look forward to touching base with Deptic, and I think Celebrum, and also I'm gonna touch base with Simple Night. So I look forward to chatting to you guys offline. So yeah, thanks a lot.
Stanley, tell them a little bit about you're still on the board of Philips, right?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that we do is that I sit on the board of Signify and Signify Foundation, and what we look at is that we look to give, if I can say, innovation capital, i.e. free, you call it grant, but we call it innovation capital for companies that are into technological innovations that have any sort of impact on society. I mean, if I look at Celebrum, if I look at Rande, and if I look at 30 Universe, those are the type of companies that actually impacts societal development or societal living. So yeah, I mean, we have funding from pure grants to 100 million euros. So, we're quite fortunate that we're able to finance such a big range of projects. So yeah, if anybody is further looking for discussion on potential investments, please feel free to get hold of me.
Yeah. So Diane's here. So if you have any of the startups here or any of the judges want to contact Stanley, just let us know and we'll give you the contact information. But thanks, Stanley. I enjoy working with you, and you've been a good friend for a long time. I appreciate it. Anybody else?
Are all the judges' emails available? Where can we find them?
So Diane can put together. Diane, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. I can send all the contact.
Yeah.
Sure,
Can
that'd
you
be
do
great.
that with their
Thank you.
names? That would be great, and their companies.
Yep.
Jordan, you always have something to say. What are you going to say?
I'm very impressed. This is the year post-pandemic. The companies, several of the companies I listened to are really impressive. It resonates with improve the human condition. I've also noticed the traction of several of these companies is spot on for investability. So congrats to them, congrats to you. And again, thank you all for being here to support this. This is good work. I know I pick on people every now and then, but it's out of love, and sometimes I'm a little bored.
But that's okay, Jordan. We love having
Here,
you here.
I have a really silly question. I voted and I want to submit. How do I submit? I can't figure it out. Or is it just like as
It's
soon as I vote?
automatic. It's automatic. It goes in. And
Okay, well,
Are
of
you there?
course, it couldn't be other way.
Yeah.
That's how awesome you are.
That's not me. That's our good friends
Well-
from Unicorn Battle and Startup Network. They did a great job.
Okay.
You know, when we were going down through, so Rena Vi, we got together, how many years ago now? 3 years ago, and probably hundreds of podcasts, right?
Oh my gosh, we just went to town, Gary. You know,
During the
what else
pandemic,
was
we were
there to
doing-
do during COVID?
I mean, we're doing like 2, 3, 4, 5 podcasts a day. And so we still haven't met in person, have we?
No, but we will.
We've been close, but we spent so much time together. It was like family hours. So, but
Yeah.
tell them a little bit about your space and some of the things that you're working on.
Yeah. So my main focus right now, kind of the biggest objective I'm serving is activating the Space Force Association in Texas. So I'm a co-lead for Texas Space Force Association. It's the only dedicated to affiliated officially nonprofit organization. So I co-lead that. I'm an executive strategist for Interflight Global, which builds airports and space infrastructure. So space infrastructure is something that I focused a lot on, and obviously kind of integration of innovations. You know, I think that's why I like space, because I can take all of the innovations and plug them in under that umbrella, and it just works so good. It allows for complexity. So that's what I do, and just the regular, I speak and write and do my best to help startups, and that's all. Oh yeah, and I'm starting my global executive management for space and policy with ASU in a week for the master's degree. So I'm very excited.
That's great. Congratulations. I love
Thank
it.
you.
Stanley, how long have you been on the board at Philips?
It's been about 4 years now. It's been about 4 years now.
So I just got done spending 5 hours last week with Franz van Hoyten.
Oh, no ways. Oh, no ways. Now you make it a little bit difficult for me, because I have to behave myself now.
Yeah, Franz and I spent an entire day together. It looks as though he'll be coming on as a board member.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's a little bit of a restructure going on, but every single business goes through that. And I think, and that's why I'm gonna probably start focusing more on Africa and more on the development of Africa on the committee. So yeah, I think that's where my focus is, but I'm glad that
I'll be reaching out to you to tell you some work we're doing with the World Food Bank.
That'll be fantastic. That'll be fantastic. We got some donations to give in that area, so let's have a talk.
That's great. Thanks, Stanley. Thanks, Doug. Okay. Anybody else? Where are we, Lydia?
We Ready.
All right.
Let me know if you know to know who is the winner today.
Yeah. Of course, we want to know who's the winner.
So if you ask, special for you.
Oh,
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
go ahead. We don't have it. We need a drum roll, but go ahead.
Yeah, perfect. So the winner of today's Unicorn Pitch GSD Venture Studios Demo Day. So they are here. First place, Idaptic. Congratulations. Second place, Cerebrum Sensor Technologies, and Targeted Bioscience, third place.
We came in 5th place.
Perfect.
Well, thank you all very
Perfect.
much.
Dear startups, if you want to say a few words, the stage is yours, please.
Well, I just want to thank everyone for their time and feedback, and happy to answer any further questions. We think we have a bright future that's going to make a huge difference in millions of people's lives. So thank you all very much for your support.
Yeah, like I said today, you know, one of the things is today was to get you in front of a lot of different investors, a lot of our friends. You've all done a fantastic job. You know, I've spent a lot of time with you over the last 15 weeks, and you've all done a great job. So there are no losers today. It's just about let's get out there and get shit done and get these customers in place and raise the money that we need to raise from, you know, 600,000 to 100 million.
Well, I'm glad the polling actually reaffirmed some of my choices. Thank you.
Ditto for me.
Yeah. Anybody else comments?
Gary, when is your next cohort?
The next cohort, that's very good. We just started cohort 15. So that has just started. And, you know, I think, you know, some of you have been around, many of you have been around since we got started in this process. They're getting better and better. And of course, with the age of generative AI and that being our own background, we've really been able to do some things extraordinary. So we're looking for companies. We pick up to 7 companies inside of GSD. It's very hands-on. It's more about scaling than it is about early stage, customer development, design thinking. It's not about that. It's about how do we take this company using our contact and network, each one of you here, the access to capital and operational expertise to help those companies grow. It's not easy building a startup. It never has been. But the one thing is, if you have the guidance of Sherpa, you can surely go a lot faster. And with friends like yourselves here today, part of this network, by the way, we have about 10,000 investors in GSD today and about 1,400 family offices that we're working with worldwide. So a lot of them, about 20% of them are personal contacts. And they come in because they want to get deal flow early before anybody else. And I think you'd all agree here today that these companies, you know, there weren't any losers. There were just some incredible companies that are, you know, they are unicorns in making, and we're real proud of them. So that's it.
Gary, can you share the link to the for the application to become considered one of your portfolio companies for next cohort?
Absolutely.
How do companies apply?
Yeah, so Diane's here. Diane, by the way, Diane is a former director of operations at Amazon. She's actually on board. We have a very international team. Jane, my chief of staff, that reaches out to most of you. She's located in Israel. She's been with me about 8 years. Diane just joined, it seems like forever ago, but about a year ago. Anyhow, she's in Albania, of all places. We met at a conference and we just liked each other, but she's running it. So Diane, can you do me a favor and are you there?
Yes, I am here, Gary. Hi, everyone.
Can you do me a favor and just give everybody your email address? Just put it in the chat one more time. And she can guide you through the process, Irina. We'd love to, you know, if from any one of you here, the good news is as it goes through the process, ultimately they come to me and I make the decisions. So if it comes from any one of you here, you know, that adds a lot of credibility. That's how it really works. It's about the trust of our network. So we'd love it. So we started 15. We started cohort 15. We have been doing quite a few generative AI things. In fact, we've got our good friend Sanjay here somewhere. I think he just disappeared, but there he is again. So we've been working on a lot, on this journey of generative AI, and I think you all agree it's changing our lives. When we started talking about it, I wrote an article in 2020 on GPT-3. People said it was never going to happen. When we started Findo back in 2016, and we're using the beginning of generative AI, people said this is too far out. It won't happen for another 25 to 30 years. And here we are, right? So well, this is just the beginning. So anyhow, companies that are here, I think we see that we've added a lot of generative AI to these companies, and it's really helped them, and we're pretty proud of it. Sanjay, how was your experience today?
Oh, it was incredible. Just learning what everyone's up to and how things are the tech is being adapted to different problems. I liked all the customer use cases.
We couldn't spend a lot of time, but guys like Sanjay, his last partner was Rihanna, and with the Fenty brand, and he sold the company. In fact, he just had an exit this week.
Next week.
You're buying lunch. He just had another exit. How many, you done what, 7 companies, Sanjay?
7 companies. This will be my third exit. Yeah.
Yeah, Georgia Tech, MBA. I mean, Keith has been working on, we've been working on some opportunities with some high net worth families. How's everything gone, by the way, Keith, with those?
Good. We're probably about a week away, closing out some stuff and have some more introductions from those folks. So appreciate those introductions. They're turning into some pretty good opportunities commercially and investor wise.
Yeah. So what happened, just FYI, so for the team here, I happen to know this guy that owns Magna through a friend of mine. Magna's one of the largest contract car manufacturers in the world. And Keith is in the group, and we started to have conversations. So I happen to know the guy that's on the board of his family office, who's also a billionaire friend of mine. And, in a very short period of time, in a matter of days, actually, they got connected with one of the largest tire groups in Canada. And, those people own the companies. And so it's been a whirlwind of activity, but you've done a great job, Keith. I mean, an incredible company. I love your story. I love all your stories. What can I say? So anyhow, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. Stay happy, stay safe, and stay healthy. Stay tuned for another edition. We'll be back with cohort 15 in a few weeks from now, not that long. And we look forward to seeing you all here again. Thanks for your time. Stay happy, and we'll see you soon. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Gary. Thanks, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Hi, guys.
Bye-bye.